It is news time again on Victory Voice TV, where you get all those news that matter to us. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It all depends on where you are hearing us from. Yes, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Love what we are doing by liking it, okay? Thank you very much. So this is live chat with Simon Ekpa, question and answer section. Friends are asking a lot of questions, and then he is, by God's grace, replying every question accordingly. So I have to leave you here right now and let's join.
Already in the guerrilla warfare, we are also fighting for the liberation of Biafra through political means. We are also fighting for the liberation of Biafra diplomatically. So it is a multi-faced approach, a multidimensional approach that we're using to liberate Biafra from the bondage of the British and the evil entity created by British called Nigeria, for only their own benefit, for the benefit of British, nothing else. While you die in poverty in Nigeria, they are building underground railway in the United Kingdom. While you die in poverty, they steal and they return it in the name of aid to Nigeria. And you have stupid, criminal, and corrupt pot-belly leaders who only have nothing to offer other than to aid and abet the exploitation of our natural resources. And in return, they turn us into slaves. So Biafra people, understanding the predicament of other African countries that have risen up against these giant enemies in their front, we are throwing our support behind Niger Republic. We are throwing our support behind Mali. We are throwing our support behind Burkina Faso. And any military invasion of Niger Republic, Biafra people will fight Nigeria from the east. We've made that point very clear. It is to our own advantage. And for those ignorant Nigerians who were making comments about the video message we sent to these African countries, assuring them our readiness to fight shoulder to shoulder with them. Some of them say, oh, do you know he doesn't even know that Niger State is Fulani? Oh, now you agree that Fulani is a problem. But these are the people who tell you every time there is nothing like Fulani. Now they are reminding you, Simon Ekpa don't even know that Niger Republic is Fulani. We know. I want you to know one thing. These are the people who don't understand what history is all about. Wasn't Ambazonia part of it? Today, are we not in alliance with Ambazonia? The answer is yes. Niger Republic is Fulani. And so what? Anybody that is enemy of Nigeria is our friend. Except they don't welcome our gesture. It's a different thing. Anybody that has anything to do to destroy Nigeria automatically become the friends of Biafra. That is the way it is. It is Biafra first before anything. So those of ignorant, illiterate Nigerians who were making mockery of themselves by claiming that Simon Ekpa don't even know that Niger Republic is Fulani. Who told you that Niger Republic is Fulani? There are remnants of Fulani in Niger Republic. There is no doubt about that. And that is why the northern Nigeria is against the military Nigerian military involvement in Niger Republic. We know all that. But for the fact that Nigeria is going to send military there and they're going to fight against Nigeria, we will fight with them. I want all of you to understand that for you to be a freedom fighter, You must know history. You are not going to do what other people did because your own case may be very peculiar and different. In South Africa, Mandela had an agreement, built a very strong alliance with Gaddafi of Libya. I would say with Libya, with Cuba, and with Palestine. Palestine, Arafat of Palestine. These are the three nations that supported Mandela. Some of you don't know that. These three countries were the enemy of the West and the enemy of America. But you see all this shit today, those that didn't go to school and those that managed to go to school, they don't study, they don't read their books. They don't even know anything about history. They will tell you, I'm not interested in history. I'm a chemical engineer, let me go and pass my exam. They don't want to learn about the world they live in. They don't want to learn anything about their surroundings. They don't want to know anything about history. And that is why Nigeria is nosediving, and they are nosediving with died for nothing because they don't know history of Nigeria. When you want to tell them history, they would say, I am looking for Yahoo Yahoo. Because these are stupid and ignorant fools. So, Mandela had an alliance with Arafat. Arafat was the president of Palestine, the leader of Palestine. And they were fighting war that you see today still going on against Israel. The organization that was funding, in addition to these countries I have mentioned, that were funding the liberation of South Africa to end the apartheid regime, was also an Israeli organization, heavily funding Mandela. At the same time, Mandela was in good terms with Arafat. When Mandela was invited to speak to the Congress, to the United States Congress, this question was thrown at Mandela. Is it the kind of country you are fighting for in South Africa? Is that Gaddafi is your model, Arafat is your model, Castro of Cuba is your model? Is that the kind of leadership you want to bring to South Africa? That was the question that they asked Mandela in front of thousands of people. And Mandela answered them and said, you know, your problem is that you want your enemy to be our enemy. There can be bad people to you, but they have stretched and sent the hands of friendship to us. And we accepted them. And they have financially supported the movement for the liberation of their South African people from the apartheid. Financially and weapon, they supply weapon to Mandela ANC or CNC, whatever they called. The weapon they used to fight against the apartheid regime in South Africa came from Gaddafi, Castro, and Arafat. Mandela did not say, oh, because they are enemy of America, I am not going to have a relationship with them. Because they are enemy of the West, we are not going to have a relationship. It was actually what facilitated the end to apartheid regime in South Africa. Biafra, we are doing it today. We are going to even be more than what Mandela did. So when you come across those idiots, those never do well, those buffoon who have wasted their years and have nothing to offer, those who Nigeria have killed their career, those who Nigeria have destroyed their future, and they are hopeless and senseless. When you meet them and see them on social media talking about Simon Ekpa supporting Nigeria Republic, tell them in their face that they are big fool. We are going to support any African nation that summon courage to fight against colonization. The neo-colonialism, that is the problem we're having today. And we will support any nation that rise up to fight against them. And for that reason, Biafra people are giving their support to this Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and any other African nation that will rise up. I want them to understand they should not even bother themselves about fighting Nigeria in Nigeria Republic. We are going to fight them from inside. Biafra will fight them from inside. Niger Republic must do everything to provoke Nigeria to send military to their land. I want you, if you know anybody from Niger Republic today, please tag them. We want Niger Republic to do everything to provoke Nigeria, provoke ECOWAS for them to send military to their land, especially the Nigerian army. We want that to happen as soon as possible. I want to inform you that the ultimatum by the ECOWAS, the corrupt and the senseless ECOWAS, has expired. And of course, they are delaying the military intervention because of Biafra. But you know what? It is still going to come. So our support, without any apology to anybody, goes to any African countries that have risen up against this evil, this new modern slavery. How can you have natural resources like crude oil and people are dying of hunger? How can you have crude oil and you don't have a drinking water? How can you have crude oil? You don't have good hospital. How can you have crude oil? You don't have good road. How can you have good oil? Crude oil, you don't have job. How can you have crude oil and everybody is jobless and people are dying out of poverty? But those who you vote to represent you are making billions every month. That is something that must end. And it is only Biafra that is going to solve it. And the way to solve this problem is for you to understand that you must support Biafra. You must support Biafra. You must support Niger Republic. You must support Mali. You must support Burkina Faso. It beats my imagination that some people who claim to be educated, living in the Western world, will be against the so-called military junta. This is not about military junta. It's about kicking out these corrupt criminals who parade themselves in natives, and they are just being puppets to those who come to our land, exploit our natural resources, kill our women and children without minding the future generation. And the only thing they care about is the natural resources. I'll tell you today, in Nigeria, for example, Biafra land produce oil. The oil is serving Europe. The oil is serving America. The oil is serving United Kingdom. But Nigeria cannot travel to all these countries that are benefiting from the oil without being molested, harassed at the airport. There is nothing. The oil goes to every part of this world visa-free. Visa-free. You do not need visa to carry crude oil from Biafra land. But you, as a Nigerian that you are, you can't even get a visa to travel without being subjugated to all manner of degrading treatment in the name of visa interview. United Kingdom milking our oil free of charge. America taking our oil free of charge. Almost free of charge. If you come from the area where the Biafra have their oil that Nigeria is using to propel their economy today, you will never get visa. What kind of injustice is that? I want you to tell me what kind of injustice and how long will you live in this kind of injustice? That the only thing that is good for them is your natural resources, but not you. While Biafrans has paid the biggest price to continue to keep Nigeria one for the benefit of the West and America. They don't care when Nigeria slaughter us. The same thing is going on in Niger Republic. It is only a satanic person, a demonic person that will not support Niger Republic. Any person that comes from Nigeria and you say you are a Nigerian and you do not support Niger Republic, you are more than devil. Because what they are doing today, you can't do it. You complain of everything. You complain of currency. You complain of your money. You complain of water. You complain of food. You complain everything. You complain. And you don't know where your problem is coming from. Problem is coming from the fact that the United Kingdom continue to control Nigeria from London. You want to be a president in Nigeria, you go to Chatham House to make a debate for you to be verified. Now you are qualified to be a Nigeria president. You go there and debate. Are you going to be the president of the United Kingdom? Why would the president, somebody who is contesting to be the president of Nigeria, will go to United Kingdom to debate? Have you ever seen where such thing is happening? Some of you are not asking yourself questions. And once the person appears in Chatham House, they'll start praising him. Oh, he appeared in Chatham House. He appeared in Chatham House. Why are you going to Chatham House to debate on the issue of how you are going to become a president in Nigeria? Because they don't care about us. They care about our resources. They care about our oil. They care about our coal. They care about all the things we have, but they don't care about us. They don't care about our life. Today, if you tell them people are dying in Biafra land, nobody cares. Nobody. We know how many places we've written. We know all the cases we've filed here and there. United Nations here and there, of course. And it is good we did it. That's why some of us have put our heart at the back. Make sure we do everything to liberate Biafra. At the end of the day, you are going to praise us. I've said it several times. It is not the name you call me today that matters, but the name you are going to call me in 10 years' time. All of you that are running your mouth, thinking you are insulting me or insulting the movement, you are going to be the one to teach your children the history, what we have done. In 10 years' time, some of you that are 50 years today, you will be on your diapers, telling your children and your grandchildren how Simon Ekpa did it. You know, during the time of India liberation, fighting that Gandhi led India to liberate themselves from this same British. Everybody knows the system, how it works. Gandhi said, Mahatma Gandhi, he said, first, they ignore you. Today, they ignored me. For the past 2 years, they have been ignoring me. Gandhi said, the second phase to freedom fighting is then they laugh at you. I am telling you people that for you to be successful freedom fighter and liberate your people, You must study the country you want to liberate your people from. You must know them. You must also know history and take some things from others who have liberated themselves, drawing from what you are doing and how you are going to liberate the people. You see, what works for other people may not work for you. So you must know the exact way and template that works for you. And we have now mastered the one that works for us. How we are going to destroy Nigeria and liberate Biafra. And we are applying it, and it is working very fine. First, they ignore you. They have ignored me. Then, second, they will laugh at you. They have laughed at me. At least for the past 1.5 years ago, they were ignoring me. They were laughing at me. Then they will fight you. And then after that, they start fighting me. When they find out that this person, this small boy, is no longer something to be ignored, they started fighting me. And Gandhi said, after they fight you, you are going to win and the freedom will come. We are now at the third stage of the liberation of Biafra, which is they are fighting us. That is why they have bought all these people you see today parading themselves as lawyers. And each time they come, we defeat them even before they start. They tell you sit at home is destroying the economy. Yes, that is the reason why we have to destroy the economy. Whose economy is being destroyed? The government economy. When they tell you it is destroying your economy, ask yourself, how have the sit at home removed the money from your bank account as a Biafran today? I want to ask you, how have this sit at home removed the money in your bank account? It doesn't remove any money in your account, but it is not adding to the government. At least you can agree with me, they themselves have done the research and they have lost about $12 billion for the past 2 years. And these 2 weeks sit at home is going to hit them harder. Yet, they continue to parade themselves, do propaganda on social media. Nobody is sitting at home. Why are you then talking? Why are you complaining if nobody is sitting at home? I told you all the propaganda will rise, but they are going to fall and they have failed even before they started. So the reason why we are in solidarity with all this nation is to know, for you to know that any nation that is against Nigeria is our friend, whether they agree or not. Once you are against Nigeria, you are automatically a friend of Biafra. Because we don't want anybody that is romancing Nigeria, we can't trust them. I welcome you all to this space. I'm going to have like 30 minutes question and answer. So my co-host, over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Buago, Ambassador of Peace. And before the revolutionaries in Africa started, you have already prepared them, giving them the boosts to their military might and whatsoever. And I'll tell you that Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and Guinea are doing what they are doing today because they're listening to you. And you must keep saying it and keep talking it. It is yielding a fantastic result, and there's nothing the enemies can do about it. On this note, I will say good evening, fellow Biafrans, fellow compatriots, wherever you are listening and joining this space from all over the world. This is the 7th day of August in the year of our Lord 2023, and the kick-starting of our phase 2 of this 2 weeks sit at home. And my utmost respect and salute goes to fellow Biafrans back home for their resoluteness today to destroy that very edifice they call economic or whatever of the East. I thought by today they will line up people and start sharing money, and never did that. And today the street was empty. As instruction was given yesterday by our PM that no. I will say that we are at the final phase and we must get it right this time. So, PM, thank you very much. Thank you. We are solidly behind you wherever you take us to, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Guinea, anywhere, anybody that is supporting what you are doing, we are solidly behind you. And there is no question, nobody will ask you any questions as regard to this, because you have led us in the right path, and we can never believe, and we have never visualized that you are going to lead us into the wrong path. So we are following you, and we keep on following you. Thank you very much. And my fellow co-host, our able minister of member of the media board and information, Mazi 24, Ugo, unmute yourself and address fellow Biafrans why you accept people to come in. I am here to take down those who have asked their questions and spoken. And remember, we have a limited time of not less than 30 minutes from now. Then we'll shut down this very space. Thank you, Mazi, and good evening from here.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother. Success. And my Prime Minister, thank you so much. And I respect you so much. And you're welcome this evening once again, every one of us that are here today. All of you that have your questions, you are free to come here. Just ask questions, please. Ask questions. Don't come here and give us suggestions or greetings. We are tired of getting those greetings. Ask those questions you ask by you go to sideways and ask. Come here and ask them. Thank you so much, my Prime Minister. I greet you once again.
Yeah, Mazi, you will be in charge of this space and bring people in to ask their questions. I will be here to take them out whenever they are finished with their questions.
Okay. Ben Shooks, please unmute yourself. You have just one question to ask, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, my PM, for all your resilient work. My question or concern is, with all indications of what is happening now, we can see that most of our problem is our people. When are you going to give final warning or final push to all Biafrans that are in military or paramilitary or police to resign automatically? So if they don't, then when we see them tomorrow, then we tag them as our number one enemies. Thank you.
Everybody in Biafra land wearing Nigerian military is the enemy of Biafra. We don't care who you are. That particular call has been made many times, many years. So if you are in Biafra land today wearing Nigeria Army uniform, you are the enemy, and the way we get you, you go down. You are the reason why we have arms and ammunition. So anybody in Biafra land wearing Nigeria Army uniform is our enemy. Thank you. I believe that I've answered you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Please, if you have any question to ask, kindly raise your hand so you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Please raise your hands. Raise your hands. We want to see hands up. We want to see hands up, please. Does it mean that nobody wants to ask questions? Mazi Success. Mazi Success, I can see some people requesting.
Yeah.
You have to first of all accept them when they request for a mic. You give them mic, and then after that they can have the opportunity to raise their hand. Ugo, you have to. Mazi goes here. I'm hearing you. All of you.
All right.
You are all
okay, let me take his place now.
And your own network is not even stable. Success.
Okay. Right. We have Paul. Paul, we have Ifeanyi. Please, if you want to ask questions, raise your hand and ask your question. Okay. Awimbumi, you are free. Unmute yourself and ask the question.
What you bring in. Ifeanyi, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
All
I'm
right, go
here.
ahead.
My PM.
Go ahead.
My PM, good evening from here. I salute you for all the things that you are doing for us. I really don't have any question to ask you because the prototype that you're using to do to bring Biafra to us is very glaring to us. So I don't really have any question for you, but to say that anywhere you are going, we are following back to back. We are not going back one bit to this Biafra liberation that you are leading. We are not going to back down. Any nation that stretches hands of fellowship to you, accept it. It doesn't matter who, if it is this North Korea or whatever their name is, even China. So long as they will lead us to Biafra, we are going with them. That is the only thing I want to say, my PM. And may Elohim continue to bless and guide you in everything you do. Thank you so much, sir.
You say, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And that's exactly what we are doing. We don't care who you are. Once you support us, that's it. And I want everybody to understand that anybody fighting for freedom, Igbo people used to say, Anahe Janyocha, Aga Sabat. Thank you.
All right, Mazugo, are you there? Then go ahead. Go ahead, Mazugo, if you are there.
Okay. Awimbumi,
It's
unmute
like he's having
yourself.
difficulties in his audio. Okay, let me bring in Awebini. Awebini, please unmute yourself. Then go ahead with your question. 60 seconds, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my great people. And good evening to all of you and to the Prime Minister, Biafran Republic in Exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa. I share in the same profession with you. And I was also an active service member in the Nigerian Army. And because of what happened, what they wanted to use me to do in Southern Kaduna, I voluntarily retired from them in 2004. I had the opportunity to speak to you when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, was still outside sensitizing our people. Mine is not a question, but I am here in line with our comradeship. I would tell you to continue with what you are doing. In our military profession, there is what we call friendly enemy forces. And when you look, when I listened to you when you spoke early morning of today, I saw the zeal to work with anybody that is fighting for the liberation of their people. And that is what Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Conakry, that I worked together in Sierra Leone and Liberia are doing today. There is a common denominator that is, brings us together, and that is freedom. Irrespective of their religious inclination, ethnic or whatever, as long as they are fighting for the freedom of their people, we have something in common with them. And I support you wholeheartedly with the decision you have taken on behalf of the Biafran people. And I say, may God, Chukwokika Biama, the creator of heaven and earth, to be with you and be with our leader in DSS John. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much for that powerful disposition. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, brother. And that is it. You don't need to be dormant in this. You need to be active until you die before you can say you have retired. Otherwise, every time we are in active service. So keep it up, make some necessary contacts, and ask some necessary questions to be part of this very glorious movement, especially the wave of freedom in Africa. So thank you very much. Um, 3 people are raising hand. Emeka, please unmute yourself. Go straight to your questions. No accolade, please.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. So given that we know that just about every individual, for the most part, we're aware of the Biafra plight, we're aware of the struggle. Most people from the Southeast. And if you were to do an assessment, it's very, very likely that, a lot of people are conscious of Biafra, right? But with the current sit-at-homes, my question, and it's coming in a second, since we know that the sit-at-homes are giving a result in a sense of it's creating attention towards the main objective, which is to the freedom of Mas Nnamdi Kanu, right? But with that, we're seeing disgruntled citizens from the Southeast, right? Ndibo and Ndibayan, right? So given that already 1 week sit at home has caused so much chaos in different situations, wouldn't 2 weeks sit at home create even more chaos? The objective, isn't it, for the stability of the Southeast? Isn't it for the peace of the Southeast? Isn't the objective of this whole movement not to hinder or create more disgruntled situations in the Southeast? Isn't it just for peace and productivity of Ndibayan? So I think a 2 weeks at home is pretty extensive. Is there a different approach or a different strategy that you have thought of recently that can be adopted and substituted instead of doing a full 2 week at home sit at home? Because it seems as though the common man in the Southeast, or the common people in the Southeast, are the ones that are receiving more disgruntled results from extensive sit at homes. So my question is there another approach or strategy that you plan to implement, or that you think the group can implement and substitute for sit at home?
Oh, thank you very much. First of all, let me correct the impression that people are complaining in the Southeast. The people you see sounding like broken record are the Nigeria agent within the Southeast. And it is normal. But real Biafrans are the one you see sitting at home and they're not complaining because they know what they have suffered for the past 50 years. And so 2 weeks sit at home cannot equate to the suffering of 50 years, including those that have died and sacrificed their life. It is part of it. And I don't not understand what Nigeria Republic is going through and what is happening there. Don't you see how the entire country and citizens are jubilating, backing up the military junta? Are you not seeing what is happening in Ukraine? So what if we declare war today as the only, since it is going to be the last option we're going to take? Are you going to talk about what people are complaining in the Southeast? The answer is no. You see, we are not moved by those complaining. Those complaining are those that will vote against Biafra in referendum. And we have identified them. So they can cry and cry us a river. We don't care. These are the people that will vote against the referendum of Biafra. And we have to start dealing with them now. By ignoring them, they can shout from heaven to earth and nobody cares. The Biafra people knows what they are going through. They know what they have suffered in Nigeria. And they know for you to get a freedom, there is a price you must pay. It is either a price of throwing bomb here and there, or a price of civil disobedience sitting at home, or other price that may follow. For now, there are other civil disobedience that we're going to enact in the coming weeks or months, but 2 weeks has come and gone. So I don't know why people are, I don't know why the Nigerians in South, I call them Nigerians in the Southeast. There are very few of them. They are not even up to 1%. That's why when they will make noise on social media, because some of them have access to the internet. When the time comes for them to come out, you don't see them because they are less than 1%. You understand what I'm saying? So do not listen to people that are talking on social media because they have access to social media. The Biafran people, the majority of the Biafran people that are making the impact at home don't even have access to internet. That's why today, for example, everywhere is locked down. You don't see those people making noise on the street. You can see them. So because of Nigerians, some of them that are collecting money from politicians are shouting about our sit at home, shouldn't be a reason why we should be listening or even worried about them. Because we know what freedom fighting is about. And we know the price that you can pay to get freedom. It doesn't move us because I know what I'm doing. You can only complain and complain at the end. Everybody must not support the Biafra story. But what I'm saying is that the Biafra people are very pleased with what we are doing. And let me correct you also about the release. So we are using one stone to kill two birds. The sit at home, releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is one of the demands that we are making. So let me correct that. For those who will say it is only for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no, because that is what the Nigerian government wants you to do, to abandon the Biafra and start talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone. But we understand their game very well. And that is why they are not very comfortable with me. That is why they are now having sleepless nights, running from here and there, because they know I understand what I'm doing. So it is not about only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are using this stone, this one stone, to kill many birds. And in the coming days, after these 2 weeks sit at home, which will end on Monday, next Monday, you are going to pay attention to us because we are coming out with a new strategy and a new civil disobedience that will be announced later. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for that questions you answered very, very correctly. And I will say, in Africa, I don't know how people reason. You are on Twitter, and you know that this is not 20th century, this is not 19th century, this is 21st century. 21st century. The only way to conduct a census to know actually if people are complaining is to put up a poll on your wall and see the number of votes you are going to have against or for the sit at home. Just like what they are doing between Joe Biden and Donald Trump or any other contestant in the Republican Party. You will put up a poll to know who is complaining and who is not complaining. This complaint, people are complaining. Who are the people complaining? Is it the people that own the shop that we are locked down today, or the people that never own any shop in Southeast that are complaining? These are mad people everywhere. So PM has given you the answer, and that's all, and that's just it. For the arrival of our nations and arrival of our leader, and he will come out because of what we are doing. Otherwise, somebody want to use our leader to exchange the kingship in Afaruku Ibeku, which will not work. Nnamdi Kanu remain the head, apparent head to the throne of Afaruku Ibeku, and he will be the king there. Nobody will replace him. And this is their games. All this is a part of their games that they are playing. So we are wiser now. Thank you very much, Emeka. Thank you for your question. And I will bring in Paul. Paul Nnemeka, go straight to your questions. Paul Nnemeka, go straight to your question.
Am I coming out clear? Good evening,
Clear, go ahead.
Good evening, PM. Good evening, Biafra. I have a couple of questions for my PM. The first question is how can we accept many of this professionalism in credentials from zoo work in Biafra when Biafra is restored? Second question is, do we have a joint? You can answer that if you want, but if you can't, if you don't want, you can leave it. But do we have a joint marine like exercise? I'm sorry, not like exercise, like a joint marine work with Amazonia region, because we can see that the way the war is escalating very fast now. Aircraft carriers, troops are trooping in Niger, and a lot of things is going on so fast. So another question is that is it not right time also to start advising our people at home to start storing food? And my fourth question is, would it be nice also to start promoting something like African Liberation Army against this colonial so-called ECOWAS army, ECOMOG? Thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, let me take it from the last one, the BLA against ECOMOG. There is nothing like ECOMOG now. Okay? There is nothing like ECOMOG. The days of ECOMOG is gone. And the ECOWAS has collapsed. As I'm talking to you today, there is nothing like ECOMOG. That's why the potency of ECOWAS is gone. Do you understand that they have given ultimatum and they are deceiving themselves after the elapse of the after the ultimatum have expired? They are claiming that Italy is calling for an extension. Is it Italy that is going to now call ECOWAS to extend their own ultimatum? Is it Germany that is now controlling ECOWAS that is going to now tell ECOWAS when to extend their ultimatum? Have you ever seen where ECOWAS called the European Union and tell them extend the sanction on Russia? Or do not ultimatum to Russia, or please don't do it, extend it. Have you ever seen anything like that? It is happening right now. ECOWAS is gone and gone for good. Because these people are stooge. All they are is the enablers of the people that are destroying Africa. So there is nothing like ECOMOG. ECOMOG is gone and dead. And remember that when during the ECOMOG, Nigeria was the strong nation then that supported and have the strong force of ECOMOG. So it is gone and gone for good. The number third question being the whether we have some kind of exercise with Amazonia on our waterways and all that. I want to tell you that our alliance with Amazonia is all inclusive. And you know that a few weeks ago, we have, went into negotiation and meeting with Amazonia to renegotiate and strengthen the alliance of Biafra and Amazonia. And you know that during the Biafra war, Amazonia border was used by Nigeria to effectively enact the blockade against Biafra. It was because of the Amazonia border that was used. If not, they wouldn't have succeeded. So today, that particular area has been secured by Biafra people, and we are in collaboration and alliance with Amazonia, both military-wise and both in Navy and all, and it is called All-Inclusive Alliance. We share intelligence and back each other, both in arms and all that. So it is all-inclusive. That particular area is therefore secured and sealed. Then the issue of credentials from those that come from Nigeria. After immediately Biafra is restored, will now transit to the educational sector of the Biafra government. Will have aptitude tests. You must go through aptitude tests for those coming with Nigeria credential, because they are all fraud. Credentials say go with ego. We are going to subject everybody to test. you are going to have aptitude tests to some extent before you are going to be given the right job or the right title, as the case may be. Our educational standard will be the same like in the West. Today, if you are in Nigeria, you go travel to London or to Europe here, even the country that doesn't speak English, you'll be subjected to aptitude test. If you come from Nigeria to Finland to study, you are going to take tests. Finland does not speak English. We are going to take tests of English as a foreign language. Apart from that, to know that you are not Lai Mohammed, that you are who you say you are. So we are going to make sure that everybody coming from Nigeria with any credential will be subjected to aptitude test. Thank you. The aptitude test.
Sorry, please. There's one more question I didn't address. The storage of food.
The storage of food is something that we are not supposed to be announcing storage of food now. Things are unfolding and people are knowing. Don't need to come online and start shouting storage of food, storage of food, storage of food. Everybody is following what is going on. Even people in the village, they have more information than you. So we don't need to start telling people store food and store food and store food.
Okay, thank you.
Something that naturally everybody should know that.
I think I'm done.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you very much. And Mazi Nna Emeka, your question has been answered, and glory be to Chukwuka Abiyama for that. So, PM, I don't know our time, because you said 30 minutes you're going to be here, and right now we have spent more than 20 minutes.
Thank you very much, my people. Thank you, our Prime Minister, for your time out on this very channel. It is not easy to face crowd. It is not easy to defend even both undefendable people. I'm telling you, the more they set you up, the more they put traps, the more they take you for granted. But only your eyes on the ball can achieve this for you. Thank you and remain blessed, my people.